Sometimes it feels like life is all about milestones. First you graduate from high school, then you graduate from college, then you land your first job, then you get married and buy your first home, then you start a family. During this time in your life, it's easy to stay focused on your purpose. Whether it's getting up and going to work or taking your kids to their activities, life is busy. But what happens when you retire, when your kids are grown and gone and you don't have a job to go to anymore? Some people work themselves to death, literally. I knew I was not going to do that. I wanted to retire early and enjoy my retirement years. Most of us just want to live life on our own terms. I knew it would be great to work on my own ideas without feeling that financial pressure. I'm still able to enjoy an occasional trip and an occasional meal out. It's not an extravagant life, but I don't need that. I live frugally to begin with, although I am willing to spend money on activities. I will spend money on experiences like travel, concerts, going to a baseball game or a movie, things I don't care about so much. I think people need purpose and they need to feel useful no matter how much money they have. A lot of successful professionals spend so much time working that they don't have any outside hobbies or passions. We have this norm where we just work these crazy hours and then all of a sudden, boom, you're retired. So it makes sense that someone whose only purpose in life has been their work would struggle to find fulfillment in retirement. I've thought a lot about happiness and meaning, and here's what I think. For me, happiness is having peace of mind, and the key is to eliminate stress. This is something retiring can do for you. Happiness is just being at peace with no real stress or worries weighing on you. Experiences that bring me joy are great, and I do enjoy them on a regular basis, but they can't sustain me long term. For me personally, I need meaning and purpose to sustain me. I need a challenge. When I'm working on my projects, I use my mental muscles maybe even more than I did at my job. It's something that I'm interested in, so it makes sense. A lot of fire people retire from their primary job but pursue some type of hobby job with flexible hours. It's more to keep active than for income. That's me with YouTube. I do make a little income, but for me it's more of a hobby, something to enjoy in retirement. With YouTube, I'm more of a writer than a public speaker. I enjoy the research and putting together a dialogue or a script with what I'm going to talk about. I also enjoy the video editing. For me, it's a creative outlet. Being in front of the camera for me is still a little bit uncomfortable, but it's getting easier. The best part about it is I can work on it whenever I feel like it. No alarms, no schedule. My daughter and I are going to Mexico for a week in November. And now I could work on YouTube from there if I wanted to, or if I don't feel like it, I don't have to. I'm the boss. There are other things I consider side projects that keep me engaged too. I just spent some time researching my dad's life. I found a bunch of his old papers in a filing cabinet. I spent hours reading through them and typing up a kind of memoir. These projects can be something that you're interested in. Retiring early isn't going to be great if you don't have a plan for what to do. Keep engaged and do things that give you purpose and meaning. Maybe include things that allow social interactions with friends and family. You want to feel like you're achieving things that are meaningful to you. Retirement isn't necessarily stopping working, it's stopping working for money. You can enjoy things you've always wanted to try but didn't have time for. Everyone needs purpose in life. When you have everything you need but no purpose, it's almost a death sentence. Retirement is a big change, and change is never easy. You may have to go outside of your comfort zone and try new things, meet new people, and maybe make a new routine for yourself. You also need a reason to get out of bed in the morning and something to work on. Maybe you can start a new business for fun, manage your own investments, or do nonprofit work. You could write a book, go back to school, teach, learn, whatever. Just don't retire from an all-consuming job and not have a plan. You need something to retire to. Retiring is not just about having enough money saved up. When planning for retirement, a lot of people focus only on finances and not what they're going to do with their time. Every book and blog I read about retirement talked about having a plan for what to do in retirement to keep busy and fulfilled. In Wes Moss's book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think, he talks about finding your core pursuits. He says find the stuff you love to do before you retire. There's a worksheet in the middle of his book for you to fill in the 20 wildest things you've always wanted to do. He says life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I wrote my list of 20 things a couple years before I retired. Starting a YouTube channel was on my list. I started my channel a year before I retired. Now it's a passion of mine and something fun to do in retirement. At the end of the day, it's you who defines your purpose and meaning. Focus on yourself. What makes you happy? Then go from there. Everyone's happy retirement will look different. Waking with a purpose each day is the key to a healthy retirement. Staying active, keeping your mind stimulated, and having social connections are the most important things. Now that I'm retired, I can see just how important it was that I planned for and put a lot of thought into what I was going to do during my retirement. For some people, working in their garden, reading, and exercising may be all they need. For others, volunteering, writing, or mentoring may fit the bill. The important thing is to figure out what you are passionate about. What makes you want to get out of bed in the morning? I wake up every day feeling like I've won the lottery. Retirement is absolute heaven. If I didn't have my projects to work on, though, I can see how it might get old fast. There are days where I do absolutely nothing, and I love those days. But I can't do that every day. Getting a little rest is important, but there's a limit to the amount of napping, puttering around the house, and television you can watch. Retirement isn't just the end of a job, it's the beginning of the rest of your life. If you're retired, what makes you get out of bed each morning? What are you passionate about? If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. If it makes you happy, it doesn't have to make sense to other people. Hope to see you again soon.